Good morning, everyone out there. I'm live, coming from wherever you're at today. This is Blog Talk Radio with your boy, The Truck. And one of the things we're going to talk about today at the King's Table is simple. Men coming together, gelling, having a conversation, doing things that most don't do. I've gotten some feedback yesterday from yesterday's show, my first time, and I'm not going to say the person's name, but it was just an honor to receive an email from that individual saying you have a strong platform. Continue to nurture it and allow it to grow. I'm sorry, Kings. I got my ginger tea with my black seed oil and my turmeric. So, got to do something nice on the Shabbat. But more importantly, back to this here. What is it that we need to do to bring the kings together and put the kings back in place that most don't do or may even forgot? Well, here at the King's Table, men, we can talk about it. Men, you can be yourself. Men, you can let go. What is it that you're holding? What is it that's keeping you from reaching your highest potential? If those were able to catch the show yesterday, I gave a brief testimony of my time in the storm, my time in the wilderness, and how the Most High, in the midst of my storm, in the midst of my situation, in the midst of my challenge, I don't call them life problems, I call them life challenges. He came in the midst and saved me. He came in the midst. And it was one word that I kept hearing. Will you trust me? Will you trust me in the midst of your situations? Will you trust me in the midst when things ain't going right? Will you trust me? When all hell is breaking loose, will you trust me? When people tell you what you can and can't do, will you trust me? Because the Most High have the last say so, not us. And I just remember at the Harvest House, going through it. Another thing that hit my spirit, it's time to leave your comfort zone. It's time to step out and leave your comfort zone. Doing whatever it takes. I dare you to work on yourself. I dare you to. And the moment I begin to release, he increased. And here's the thing. Building a platform where men, you got to know who you are and whose you are. And you have to operate in that. Walk in the essence of what the Most High called you to, men. I'm challenging men. Come on down to the King's Table and let's have a conversation. Men, my thing is this here. What is it that you're holding to? Holding on to? What's going on? What was your past like? What was your childhood like? Sometimes men, we have to go back and tear off layers and layers and layers of things of our past in order to get down to the root so that we can execute. Playing professional ball, a lot of the things that I've learned along the way, how to be a gladiator, how to be a warrior. And when I'm done, leave it on the field. Kings, I'm asking you, what is it that you need to leave on the field? This is chess, not checkers. In building this platform, I don't judge. There's no judgment here. It's only uplifting. You are a king. You were born a king. Never let nobody tell you what you can't do. I pay much respects to Kevin Samuels, Coach Greg Adams, O'Shea Duke Jackson, Tariq Nasheed, and on a woman's platform, Miss Dr. Carmen Bryant. Why do I pay respects to those individuals? Because they helped me. Listening to their videos, I don't know them personally, but listening to their videos helped me, woke me up, allowed the scales to be removed from my eyes. Sometimes we have to educate ourselves on things, kings. It's time to step up and step out. Let's think about that for a second. Let that marinate as I take a sip of my ginger tea. You don't ever know who you're helping. You don't never know who you're being a blessing to. And that's real talk right there. People could listen to your videos. They can do their research and come back and say, man, I loved it. It helped me. You gave me insight. I was lost. Kings, we got to be strong. We got to leave room for despair. You're in need. There's no need for acceptance. Not everybody's going to like you. And we got to understand that. Be kind to yourself. Know who you are. Operate in the true essence of yourself. Stand up. This day, today, King, all my kings, you write your future. You believe in you. You do what makes you happy. My dad would always say, reinvent yourself, son. Always have room to reinvent yourself. People are always going to have something to say. Let them say it till the day you die, and they still going to have something to say. Long as you know who you are and you walk in your true essence of you. I remember my coach, big ups to Coach Dale, Mr. and Mrs. G, AFE Team USA. Coach always says, togetherness. And I understood why he planted that seed so much. Because we're going to need to do it together. My philosophy is one team, one heartbeat. We all got to connect the dots and work together. I don't know who I'm reaching out there on Facebook Live, Blog Talk Radio, and whatever platform there is out there, social media form out there. But I'm going to get this through. I'm going to bust the doors wide open. I'm calling all kings to the table. And we're going to talk about it. I want to know how you feeling. What's going on? How can we get you to the other side? How can we get you to walk in your purpose, walk in your anointing? How can we do it? What can we do? It's not about what you can't do. It's about what you can and what you will do that matters. Those are the things that matter. And if a person isn't willing to back you with that, that's cool. All things are possible, especially when you believe in yourself. I remember times when my coach would always say to me, Delonte, you just as slow as a snail. And I couldn't understand it. Because coming from California to Texas, the way they do football is different. I did my time at University of Texas, went to Hardin-Simmons. But when I went to Hardin-Simmons University, the things that I've learned within a short amount of time. First thing I've learned, time management. Boy, I can tell you times that I came to practice late and I had to do them bear crawls. And don't let the coach tell you, if you just happen to stop, you got to go back and do it again. That's when I learned to be on time. Time management. As a man, take responsibility. You have to take responsibility for your actions. Things that you do, things that you say, you have to take responsibility. Another one, be a leader. You're a king. Your queen needs you. The queens need us. We have to be leaders. We have to be able to lead. If you're married, be that leader. Be that husband. Be that father. If you're not married, be that leader. Also got to throw in provider as well. But be that leader. Set the tone for everyone else to follow. If you're not, and you're single, be a leader. It doesn't matter. Set the tone. You set the tone. Wake up to positive and face your fears. Get over the hump. Look back at your life and you see how far you came. You know where you're going. I can sit up here and say a whole bunch of stuff. What does it really take to be great? What does it really take to be the king that I know I can be? First of it is looking at yourself. First is looking at yourself. Second, knowing your worth. Men, kings, we gotta know our worth. I'm sorry. We gotta know our worth. You gotta know your worth. You gotta know what you will accept, what you will not accept. You gotta set your limitations. Sometimes as a king, as a man, you have to say no. I know I'm gonna rattle some cages with that one. You have to. Look at the times that we're living in. It's best to be knowledgeable and be up on game than to miss out and get taken advantage of because you didn't take time to study the manuscript. You didn't take time to read it. You didn't take time to look at what you were looking at, and you just dove head in. Most of us do that. We've done it. We've all done it. I've done it. Did you learn a lesson? And once you've learned a lesson, there's nothing wrong with sharing it, helping someone else out. I love to see people prosper. Man, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good. And that's the thing. I see Facebook Live is messing up, but okay, I'm back again. Sometimes when you tell the truth, you know, hey, I love my family. I love my friends. One thing I can say about my family, boy, very supportive. My family is very supportive. You know, I've learned that in this life, yes, we're gonna have things happen to us. Yes, we're gonna have some disappointments. We're gonna have some hurts. Don't cry, give up, but cry to be successful. Look at the positive of the things that take place. I want to see everybody prosper. Remember the people who said you couldn't do it. Now they watching you. I remember, and I'm gonna share this. I don't know why I'm sharing it, but sometimes the Spirit just throws nuggets in your path. Because every day I'm asking my Abba Father, Elohim, help me lead the men. Help me speak to the men. Give me wisdom, give me knowledge to address your kings, whatever it is that needs to be addressed. Help me. I don't know it all, I'm learning. But when you pace yourself, and sometimes you just sit still, Yeshua begins to speak to you. He begins to connect with you on a level like never before. He says, don't forget why I called you. I called you for a reason. I delivered you out of that situation for a reason. I opened up those doors for a reason. I closed those doors for a reason. I'm shifting things for a reason. Okay, Father. In the midst of your shiftness, things that didn't make sense will begin to make sense. Things you didn't see before, you will begin to see. Ain't that something? Then when you look back and you look at it, you're like, wow. Most people fail in life not because they aim too high and miss, because they aim too low and hit. You know, Les Brown, I've learned a lot from Les Brown. His quotes, his testimonies, what he's been through. Much respect to Mr. C.T. Fletcher. His testimonies. Even when I'm training, that's all I do. I listen to his videos. I used to listen to music when I work out. Now, I listen to his videos. When I'm out there pushing trucks, yes, I push trucks. I'm listening to C.T. Fletcher. I listen to things that motivates me. I listen to things that empower me. Here. I listen to things that I know that's going to allow me to get to the next level. Because at the end of the day, no matter what I do or where I go, I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be great. I'm going to make history that will leave a legacy. And that's real. What are you doing with your life? If you want to be strong, tap into yourself. I look at people before me, and I've had many mentors. I have had many mentors that have mentored me in this game of football. That spring from Jim Brown to Christian Okoye to Greg Townsend, and many more. My peoples, Big Adam Plant, love you, man. To Anthony Bartley, love you, man. These are people that they didn't just play the game, but they mastered the game. Front, back, side to side. And they saw something in me. And that's why they devoted their time. And also, Big Black, rest in peace. It opened up my eyes and taught me the game. I remember having meetings, and Big Black would always say, when the big dog is talking, the pups listen. That is so true. It's time to listen. Sometimes you just gotta shut up and listen. And I use that in everyday life. But on the flip side, you gotta know who you listening to. You can't listen to everybody. You don't need to have everybody in your ear gate. But one thing I will say is be powerful in your own way, kings. You are a king. I'm gonna motivate you. I'm gonna push you. We're gonna get down to it. We're gonna talk about it. What's your problem, King? What's going on? Last time that I checked, quitting isn't an option. It's not. It is not. It is not an option. There's no excuses. No excuses. Two things are infinite: the universe and human stupidity. I'm not sure about the universe. Catch it. Self-worth. 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 Every day, every week, every month, and every year of my life, my hero has always been 10 years away. I know who I am. I walk in my purpose. I know what I want and don't want. I know what I need and don't need. And that's just fine with me. Because long as I continue to be obedient and humble myself and do what is right, I'm going to succeed in all that I do. Not only that, but share it with others. Build a platform where we can talk about it. What is it that I said that empowered you? What was it about my testimony that hit home to you? What was it that when you came to see me speak, that touched your spirit? Because yes, I will be doing speaking engagements. That's in the work. See, it's not just going live, but it's about empowering. I want to empower men. I want to bring back the masculine man back in its place. Because the man lost its flavor, and we need to bring that back. We have to bring it back. How? Well, it's to be seen. But we know at the end of the day, it will be done. The king's table will be done. The masculine man will be back in place. Yes, men's voices have not been heard. They need to be heard, and they will be heard on my show. I welcome women as well. The only way to learn about a man is to sit and listen to one speak, so that you have a full understanding. I've seen other platforms, and I give them respect. I'm my own person. I'm not trying to be like no one else, not trying to sound like no one else. I let the Spirit move me on what to say. And I motivate men. I uplift men. Say what others don't say or are scared to say. I'ma say it. A lot of us men have some demons that we need to deal with. A lot of us men had some things that took place in our childhood that we never dealt with and got counseling for. But wonder why it shows up in our love life or show up in our everyday life and busts us in our mouth. We got to deal with it. Same thing with a lot of women as well. But I'm not a woman, so I can't speak for women. But when you sit back and you observe or live everyday life, well, it's right here in your face. Not only that, and I have to continue to say this, my show has no judgment. We don't judge. We uplift. We have normal conversation. I think next week what I'm going to do is open up phone lines so I can have real men call in. And this is what we do. I've gotten emails from one show, about 10, it's all right. 10 different emails from 10 different people. They caught the show yesterday, my first show, and thanked me and said, you have something. You have something to offer men. You have something to bring to the table, a platform. Sometimes us men, we just want to vent because we're not being heard, or we're being tossed to the side, or we being shot down or tore down. What about being uplifted? What about telling your king, I don't even know who you are. I love you, brother. Keep moving forward. Keep fighting. Don't give up. Elohim is going to turn things around for you. Just those kind words can not only save someone's life, but it can give that person hope. Because you don't never know what someone is dealing with. You don't never know what someone is going through. You don't never know what someone has been through. Man, this ginger tea is good. Boy, ginger tea with black seed oil and turmeric, that make you sound smart today. But getting back to it though, kings, I love all my brothers. I love the men that are taking a stand, that are hardworking. If you have households, continue to keep your household strong. I use the term Good Times to show Good Times. You remember the show Good Times? We've all watched Good Times. Where's the James Evans at? Catch it. Where are the James Evans? It's very rare we see that type of husband and father. Keeping the household strong, keeping the family strong, doing what is right, going out there working, protecting, covering the family, making sure everybody's okay. We need to bring that back. We need to restore that. Not to say that we don't have it no more, but it's less. And you already know what we have more of. I like to use the word simp. Some say other things. But we got to restore that. We got to bring the masculine king back. We got to uplift each other, not tear each other down. One thing I do, I love talking to people I don't know. Why? It's because when you sit and you listen to their journeys, to their testimonies, you're like, wow, I thought I went through something. But what can I share to this individual that he can take back and share with someone else? That's what I'm talking about. Starting a chain reaction. Just like on the field. A lot of my terminologies, I use football a lot because, that's what I do. That's what I do. Do a little bit of cage fighting and doing a little celebrity bodyguarding, and that's what I do. So therefore, a lot of things that you will hear me say, it's like, okay, well, I don't play football. Yeah, but everything that we use in football, we also use in everyday life. If you're searching for that one person who will change your life, why not look at yourself? Why not look at that person in the mirror first? I remember, you have to be willing to do something different that you've never done before in order to have something that you never had but always wanted. Powerful. You gotta be willing to have a changed mindset. You gotta be willing to have a changed mindset, my kings. What is your mindset like? What is your mindset like? What is your mindset like? You can do it. You can do all things, King. Don't never let nobody tell you what you can't do. I cannot stand when people say that all men just give up. Just give up. Just give up. You will get through this. You will get through it. Don't never let nobody do it. Be resilient. Sometimes we have to just sit. Too many of us are not living our dreams because we're living in our fears. Stop living in your fears. Stop it. Stop it. You are better than that. You are more than that. You are more than that, King. You are more than that. We don't quit. We do not quit. I told you, boy, this ginger root tea gets you. I can sit up here and say 101 things, but at the end of the day, it's up to you. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started in order to be great. You're going to have life challenges. I had to learn to stop saying problems, because there's always a solution to a problem. We have life challenges. They're always going to be there. They're always going to hit us. But it's what we do with it. I want to give a couple of shout outs. My family, I love you. My boy Serge, I love you, man. My boy Sims, love you, man. Thank you for tuning in. And for those out there, I thank you too. Because I'm getting a lot of text messages. I thank each and every one of you for tuning in this morning. I know I got 4 minutes left, I believe. I just want to hit everyone with some things. And my number one thing, do what others don't. Kings, do what others don't do. And for you queens out there, do what others don't do. A lot of queens, change your mindset. If you have something good, keep it. Don't throw it away. See, you can tell Elohim what you want all day long, but he's going to give you what you need. Catch it. Like I said, I'm going to say things. I may rattle some cages, but you know what? Good. Sometimes the truth needs to be put in proper perspective. You become what you think about. You do. You become what you think about. And the things that you think about, you will attract and draw to you. If you know about the law of attraction, it's basic. The way you think, your mindset. One thing I couldn't stand is when people quote Bible scriptures, but yet, how you gonna get on me about doing something, but yet you doing the exact same thing too? How does that work? But yet, you want to throw darts at me with Bible scripture. Those things used to stir my grits. Because that's not right. But this platform, we're going to learn to take responsibility, and we're going to take control of our life. Again, sometimes, kings, it's good to say no. We have to say no. We use wisdom. It's masculine men around here. No simps. Look around you. Elohim wants to restore order, and he will restore order. He will. But it starts with us, kings. It starts with us getting in place, getting in position, motivating each other, uplifting each other, speaking to each other, having a conversation with one another, having guy talk, simple guy talk. Fun, laughing, good energy. It's all about flowers. No time for weeds. I remember my dad telling me that. Keep flowers. Keep it good. Keep it pure. Keep the energy levels high. Keep it positive. No time for weeds. No time for negativity. No time for negative energy, but positive energy. Operate on a frequency level that's going to make people, that's going to draw people to you and not away from you. I've always been a positive person. But even now that I've overcame the things that I had to overcome, it made me a better person. It made me a stronger person. It made me a wiser person. And those that know what I've been through, I'm not going to go into it, but those that know what has happened and how in the midst of it, I found purpose, I found strength, I found my peace. And I'm so blessed to have my friends and family in my life that came to me, that opened up their doors, that just loved on me. But also they know me. My friends and family know me. They know who I am and whose I am. What that other individual said you did or what not have you, or you said, that is not so, because we know you. See, that's the thing. When you know who you are, and those that know you will speak up for you. Some people you can't speak up for. Or, who is it that you're speaking up for? What is it that they're not telling you? Catch it. So again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to another episode of The King's Table, where we talk about discussions, we motivate, etc., etc. I'm always going to have my ginger tea with my black seed oil and my turmeric. And I'm always going to shed love. I'm always going to spread love. All right? So once again, I love you. Go out there and be great.